It's about passion for a sport we all enjoy. It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about a single voice of strength. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
We're asking you to join us
and become a proud members American Catfish Association. You'll be happy you did. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, everybody, it's Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 Central. That means it's time for ACA Live. Glad you're joining us. We've got a heck of a show tonight. We got a whole crew on here that had an event this past weekend, which is absolutely fantastic, and thrilled to have them. They are a bunch of characters, let me tell you, especially one, and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about once we get going here. So Friday, I took the day off. I went fishing with a friend of mine out in the Atlantic. We were trolling for mahi and wahoo. Now, I know this isn't catfish related, but I think everybody kind of get a charge out of this. So we're trolling, and the only thing taking down our bait was bonita. And bonita is a fast-running fish. It's a big game bait fish. And every time we get one on the line, it would be a great fight, and then all of a sudden it's gone because the sharks got them. There are so many sharks out there, you can walk to the Bahamas. Let me show you a clip real quick here. Now, it's got a lot of rig wrap stuff in it, so forgive that, but take a look at these sharks. There's another one. Okay.
I didn't get an invite.
Those were 6 to 8 footers. They're coming upside the boat, and you just saw 2 of them. There were about 6 of them around the boat. That was pretty wild to see. But anyways, I thought everybody would enjoy seeing that. I know it's not catfish, but yeah, it's okay. But I know a whole bunch of people that know all sorts of things about catfish. Look at them all. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey.
How are you today?
Doing great. What happened to Steve Hearn? Did we lose him?
Probably.
Yeah, and he may have to go up the hill a little more.
Yeah, last time we knew he was going up a hill to get better reception. So we've got, introduce yourselves and your trails if you would.
Go ahead.
Start with Jamie.
All right, I'm Jamie Bardsley. I'm associated with the Arkansas area catfish hunters. We have been around probably 15 15 years or so. We started doing tournaments. It's probably been 10 years now. Just small, tournaments. Been pretty successful. The last few years we've been, we kind of took on a charity, the Challenged Outdoorsmen of America. And we raise money for them every year. We take veterans fishing and
That's fantastic.
Individuals, and we do a lot of stuff like that. We don't raise a whole lot of money, but what we do, we put back into the community. Try to do good with it anyway.
Fantastic. That's great. And the guy they're responsible for it as well, Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing, Chris?
All righty. We're actually having the charity event this coming Saturday at Dardanelle.
Tell us about that, Chris.
Yep, y'all should come.
Yeah, everyone is invited. Like Jamie said,
what's the name of the event?
It's the COA, Challenged Outdoorsmen of America. It's a benefit tournament.
Catfishing for a cause.
That's great.
I'm pretty sure I've shared a link on. Maybe I haven't, but anyway.
Well, we'll definitely get it out there. Get it out there for you. I think that I was talking to Steve Henderson.
Right.
And Steve Henderson said that he was going to be fishing it with, I believe it was Roy Harkness.
Roy Harkness, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
They're going to fish, and C-Arc donated $1,000 to the event, which was awesome. C-Arc does
fantastic.
They do so much for catfishing, and they also help other people also, obviously.
Those that don't know, everybody you see here are ACA Alliance members, and all their events, Division 4 events, you get points and you have a chance to win a new C-Arc boat. Every time you fish an ACA Alliance event, if you're a member of the ACA, your name goes in the hat to win that new C-Arc boat. Plus, there's now over $100,000 worth of cash and prizes to win. Pretty good. Pretty good. And thank you all for being part of the Alliance and everything that you do. Let me try to bring in Steve Hearn. Steve, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's a little frozen. There he is. So, you guys, Chris and Jamie, you've got this charity event coming up, and then what do you have left for the rest of the year?
We have a tournament that we have not scheduled yet. It was we had scheduled it, I think, the same weekend as the Mississippi River Monsters, if I'm not mistaken. But we will do we will get a date that doesn't interfere with none of those and reschedule that. But our next scheduled tournament will be August the 7th at Dardanelle.
Okay, and they can find you, and they can find you on Facebook. I'm assuming, correct? As far as getting registered up and signed up for the event.
It's the Natural State Catfish Trail, Arkansas area catfish hunters.
Terrific.
Yep.
So Steve, can you hear us? Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Steve, go ahead and introduce yourself and your trail all right, good. Introduce yourself and let everybody know about your trail, if you would, please.
All right. I'm Steve Hearn. My trail is the West Tennessee Catfish Anglers. We fish mainly Mississippi River between Carruthers, Missouri, and Elm, Arkansas. We also do one date at Pickwick every year.
Okay.
We do 5 events a year, and that is the Tri-State Classic.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute here. Brian Mayo and Cam Pitts.
How's everybody?
Hello.
Remember I told you, folks, you pick out the one that's going to be
probably going to be in pink. Just saying.
Yeah, you think? You think that pink would be your favorite color?
How did you guess it? Just how?
I don't know. I'm guessing the outside of the vehicle you're sitting in is probably pink as well.
I wish. I really, really do. But it is a dark blue. Maybe one of these days I'll do some pink racing stripes on it.
All right.
I do recall somebody saying, though, if she won the Sea Org boat, they would wrap it in pink. Just saying.
Oh.
And I'm gonna hold that. I promise you. I hope I win it. I really do.
I didn't say that. Did I?
Well, look. Anyway,
it might have been George or Steve that said that. I could never have said that.
It might have been live. I had to go back and look. I don't know. But anyway.
Okay, Mississippi Catfish Trail.
That's right.
Tell us all about it.
Hugh Thompson and Rose Thompson started this thing in 2016 or 17. Cam and I took it over in 2 years ago, something like that. Mm-hmm. It's been a whirlwind, man. We have our main spots are from basically Tunica, Mississippi to Greenville. This coming season, I think we're going to branch out and go into Vicksburg. We got to do a little pre-fishing down there this year, and I like it. I really like it.
I keep hearing about Vicksburg, and it's supposed to be a great fishery. I'm sure it is a great fishery.
It is.
And I've looked at Vicksburg, in relationship to other tournaments. The only setback I see with Vicksburg is the ramp there seems to be awfully small.
Well,
am I right in my?
It's actually a one boat ramp now, right? Because I think a barge hit one side of it, but they have a lot of parking when the water's down. When the water's up, parking's a little crazy, but there is overflow parking across the street for the casinos, and I've been told that it's not a problem using that. We're going to check into it a little closer and, make sure we can line up and get at least 100 boats in there, That's
get 100 boats. You're shooting for 100 boat event?
Why not?
Fantastic.
Probably a little extreme. I'm gonna have to call on all my brothers to come and help, but realistically, I don't know. We'll do one or two down there first and see, how it goes.
So
keep it smooth.
So you're talking about 100 boat event?
No, not really.
What do you mean? No, not really. You just said yes.
Yeah, but I was joking about that. Realistically,
open mouth, insert your foot.
I know.
I've heard talk. If anybody would have a good, well organized tournament down there, it would be fairly easy to get 100 boats in it.
I think so too.
I from what I hear about Vicksburg, I agree. But the ramp seems to be the Achilles heel.
Yeah, the ramp parking is going to be a problem.
Well, I fished with. I'm gonna throw him out on a limb here, but I know he's working off, and I shouldn't. I better not say nothing. But I've heard talk of a man that had permission. The city was going to work with him. They were going to provide people to help direct traffic, help do a whole bunch of things, provide parking, work with the casino hotels for discounts. Anyway, so the city of Vicksburg is all for us and want us to come, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I hear that. I've heard that a lot. That Vicksburg is very, very anxious and excited about hosting, one or more events there, which would be terrific.
Especially,
I guess. Go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
Good sized tournament. If I don't know, maybe someone like yourself might talk to the mayor and say, hey, the main holdup about big events coming to Vicksburg is the ramp. maybe that would lean them towards getting a grant or allotting some money to put a good ramp in Vicksburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I was looking at aerial. I was looking at aerial views of that shoreline there, and there's a park to the south of the ramp that seems to have plenty of space that they could put in a 4 or 5, wide ramp if they built it in a little bit to get out of the current of the Mississippi. And the nice part about the ramp there now is that it dumps into a little bay, out of the current. And I guess that if you're going to have a 100-boat tournament, you splash everybody, get them all floating, out in that bay, and then let them go from there. But it would probably take a little while to get them all in the water, and especially getting them out.
Well, it's actually the Yazoo River. It's not really a bay.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's actually where the Yazoo
quick...
River dumps into the Mississippi River.
That's right.
I saw it. It looked like a kind of a long bay, but yeah, okay, I can see where it's dumping in. It'd be a great place. The casinos and the area seem to be terrific for it. So let's see. So Brian, 100-boat tournament, you're on.
No, 50. Let's go 50. I don't know. I mean, hey, if I've got some good help like we had this weekend, we got Jamie and Steve and Chris will be with us. We ain't gonna let him do nothing, but he can come. He can run the scales. How about that?
It's gonna be fun trying to stop him.
We'll put you in a chair and you just read the scales. Chris will be the official weight man.
No doubt.
Scales, what are you talking about? He's from down south.
He'll do. I have a feeling that Chris. I have a feeling that Chris will do whatever he damn well pleases.
Yeah. If all our pounds will be.
Not when he has Miss Shannon, me, my mama, my sister, Elizabeth, Gemma. Care to keep going? He ain't gonna do what he ain't supposed to do.
I'm still feeding scales. Chris,
it sounds like they're ganging up on you.
Fingers. He's gonna.
Yeah, I've got a whole group of them that keeps me in line.
It sounds like you might need a whole group to keep you in line.
That we're dealing with, so they keep me lined out.
Well, hey, you could ask for worse things, right?
That's right.
Well, that's great. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with some of the results from this weekend, and we're going to talk about the event that you all participated or put together, which I think is absolutely terrific. So give us a couple of minutes. Take a look at these trivia questions, and let's see if you guys can answer this question. We'll be back in about 2.
Fear of failure is failure itself. The world of science rewards the ones who are willing to try and fail, because with the courage to fail and to learn, ideas can change the world.
Hey guys, Pipeline here. Do you want the absolute best when it comes to the performance of your reels?
Choose the company Tournament Anglers trust. From our top-notch reel services
to high-end quality terminal tackle.
Trust in
Pipeline Tackle.
It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
3 pounds.
Did you guys know that? Who got that? Who got that right?
I did not.
I don't think I believe that.
I don't either. I know I don't. And the reason is they caught that fish in Memphis at pre-fishing for an MRM that had grown like, oh gosh, I don't remember exactly, but it was
18
phenomenal.
pounds. 18
Yeah.
pounds. Yeah,
Right.
And that actually came. I got to think of the university that published that, but that's what they came up with. They said that it can be more, but on average, that's what it is.
Yeah, they were probably testing fish in a pond or something.
I'm going to say that a lot of these studies were probably pre-carp studies.
Could be. I didn't see the date of the study. I mean,
yeah,
looked to be recent, but hey, you might be right. So we had a couple of few tournaments this week. This is a busy weekend for tournaments. We don't have results in on some of them, but I'm just going to call them out here. We had Santee Lakes Catfish Club had an event this past weekend. Catfish Mafia up in Pennsylvania, they had an event. M&J, they had an event. Indiana Catfishing Association at Pawtucket Reservoir, they had an event, and they had let me get Chris back in here. There he is. Hey, Chris.
How are
the
you?
winner of the Indiana Catfish Association this past weekend was Marv, and I'm terrible with names. Knapp and Marlon Wagler, 100.5 pounds. Curtis Kleeman and Charles Breedlove, 88.25, second place. Terry Holding and Travis Yost, 82.8 pounds, 08 pounds, third place. And then you guys did something that is fantastic. You all came together and you created an event in Helena, Tri-State, what do you call it? Tri-State Catfish Tournament?
No, Tri-State Directors Tournament.
Tri-State Directors Tournament. Okay. I stand corrected. And you ended up with 35 boats. And I've got the results right here. Joe Hardy and Barry Wilson, they cleaned up 118.84 pounds.
Very nice pigs.
Teams, did I have this right? Team second place? Barry Littleton, Andy Needham, and Brad Stout. 96.68 pounds.
Yeah.
And then this, I don't know who these people are. Team Camo? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Brian Mayo and Cam Pitts, third place with 73.69 pounds.
Luck. Lots of luck.
You can fish. Who put the most fish in the boat?
Well, you know she did.
I'm a pole hog.
I caught an 11 pounder all day.
That's it.
Brian told me he had bruises.
You got 73.69 pounds, and all you caught, Brian, was 11 pounds?
Yes, sir. And I've got bruises on my side. I almost thought I was going to have to deploy my life jacket one time. She pushed on me and stuff.
And that was putting what? 2 back? Yeah, I put 2 back also on top of the 2 I turned in that I caught.
So, wow.
Well, we caught 7 altogether. I don't know what
George Young was there. George Young was there fishing, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
How did he finish?
60 in the 60s.
What place?
I don't remember.
I know what place he finished. I think it was like 6th or 7th he finished.
I had to do the right out. That's the only reason I know this.
Yeah, Carson Pierce was ahead of him by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carson. I talked to Carson. I think of the Thursday or Friday before the event.
Magnus didn't even slow down. He just drove by and kept going.
Well,
David Magnus.
Yeah.
I
what
did
do you mean he slowed down and just drove one by? What?
Yeah, he come out of the boat ramp, man. Just kept right on going. Didn't even slow down at the scales. He had a bad day like I did, I think.
Well, they actually caught a few fish, but they chose not to reel them in. I spoke with him. They were around the curve there, by a quarter mile or so down the road.
Yeah.
But they did catch a few fish. It wasn't going to get them first place though.
Okay, well, that's why they call it fishing, not catching, right? Sometimes you have good days, other days not so good.
What do I say in the boat? Patience, Kimosabe, patience.
Patience. Well, it sounds like you had plenty of patience. Either, you had Brian probably running all over the boat, baiting a hook, putting it all in the water, and you were just reeling it in. Is that the way it went down, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes.
See?
She cuts the bait.
I knew we could stir the pot somewhere here.
She cuts it up. I put it on the hook. I just now got her where she can cut up bait right.
Wow.
Whatever.
I don't know, Cam. Those are fighting words.
All BS aside, though, she just now got to where she can throw a bait caster past the back of the boat.
That's no lie. Thank goodness for Ancient Mariner reels, because I have never been able to throw a reel except for Ancient Mariners. I'm telling you, they're life changing.
You don't want to throw the reel. You want to throw the bait.
You know what I mean? Cast it out.
Be a very, very expensive day of fishing if you're throwing reels.
It would. No, I mean casting out. But yeah, I haven't been able. I just learned on the Ancient Mariner reels.
So it was how many fish limit?
3 fish.
Three fish limit. It's great. It's great to see tournaments going to a 3 fish versus a 5 fish limit. I mean, you think about, especially like some of these the bigger events where you have 100 teams, and if it's a 3 fish versus a 5 fish, there's could be 200 fish that are saved as far as any type of stress and things like that. So it's good to see the 3 fish versus the 5. We talk about conservation a lot, and we have a petition that we hope to introduce this week. Everybody kind of stand by. We're going to want everybody's signature on this thing. This first petition we're putting together for our efforts for the Ohio Valley area. And I've got the petition out to a few people up in that area for them to kind of take a look at, review, and make any suggested changes they have. Once we do, we certainly appreciate everybody looking on our Facebook page. We're going to post it there. It'll be a link to a petition site we found that we can utilize, and just add your name to it and help us draw some attention to that part of the country, and hopefully we'll get some things done. So whose idea was it to come up with this tri-state directors event? And how come that everybody else got to fish it, not just the directors?
Steve and I were talking one day. Chris and I had talked about it. I'm sure Jamie and I had talked about it at one time or another. And we just thought it would be really cool because we don't get to see each other like we want to, like we should or whatever. But I was like, it'd be really cool if a few of us, that the local trails, so to speak, we get together and do something. Well, I'm all mouth. Steve Hearn said, let's do it. And he came up with the name of it, and here we are. It's second time. The one in November we did was just the classic, and you had to fish at least one tournament with either trail in order to qualify to fish the classic.
So you actually had to fish. You had to fish 3 different trails to qualify.
No, just at least one tournament out of either trail.
Oh, okay. Out of any of the trails, you had to fish one. Okay,
that's right. And so, Steve came up with the name, and here we are.
Well, this is your what year is this? Is this the second year for this, the tri-state?
Well, sort of. This is November was our first one, and that was the classic.
Okay.
And this one was mid-season, and we were trying to not step on each other's toes because we do like to go and fish with the other groups when we can. So, you know, what better way to do it? Let's have one in the middle and make it one of the AACH regular events and the West Tennessee regular events and our regular events. And, you know,
So
we had a really,
are you guys gonna make this more common? In other words, instead of just once a year, you're gonna do several a year? Is that a possibility?
well, that's kind of the idea of what we did this past weekend. And then we'll have another one, which will be the classic again in November. So yes, I guess
Okay.
I'm assuming we can do it a couple times a year. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, it
And
sounds like, I mean, last year you had, well, how many boats did you have in November for your classic?
oh,
I think it was 20 something.
Okay. And then last year did last year you have the tri-state directors event?
just in November. That was
Just
our class.
okay. So November was the first time you guys got together, and then
That's right.
now this is the first tri-state event. You had 35 teams there, which is fantastic for a first event. Now Helena is a great fishery, and the folks at Helena are fantastic. I mean, you know, Kevin Smith actually is part of our conservation committee. People don't know this, but Kevin Smith, the mayor of Helena, used to be a state senator in Arkansas, so he certainly helps us with the political maneuvering that we might see in some of the states as far as some of the conservation efforts. But Kevin is and the city of Helena, they roll everything out for the catfish events. I'm sure he did the same for you folks.
He was actually standing by the scales majority of the day.
Was he?
Late. Yes, sir.
Did you put him to work?
No, he was taking pictures though.
Put him to work.
He took some nice pictures.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure
took
he
some
did.
really good pictures.
Yeah. The folks in Helena are lucky to have a mayor like that. That's all I can say. He really
And
is
you know,
a great guy.
He's made mention that they're going to try and expand the river park because this weekend and then the MRM and several other tournaments has been held there that are big. They're realizing they need a bigger area, especially for parking. They were wrapped all the way to the curve at the entrance.
Yeah. No, that the ramp is a little tight there, but you know, but they have that great stage area, the pavilion that was used last year for the Mississippi River Monsters Catfish event, which was a great event. And this year, Cat Masters will be back there again in August, and I think it's already sold out. Helen is already sold out, 100 boats. So great place to fish. I know that Kevin likes to think of Helena as, you know, the catfishing capital of the world. So I guess he's got to put up a big sign as you enter the city, catfishing capital of the world.
Well, actually, they have a mural that's really, really really nice. I'm not sure who did it, but it's right there on the main strip on Bisco as you're coming to the ramp.
Yeah, there's, I'll tell you that area down near the what is it? The downtown area there, near the stage.
Yes, sir. That's Cherry
that
Street.
whole area. Yeah, that whole area, they could really dress that up, and that'd be a great place. I mean, there's restaurants and businesses along
They're
there.
working on it.
I'll bet they are. It's a terrific place to really dress it up.
Yeah. And I'll give a shout out to some people there in Helena, Barbara McCall and James McCall. They have run the Wild Hog Saloon. Man, even during the COVID stuff, they bent over backwards to accommodate us with a place to eat and things like that.
What is it called?
Wild Hog Saloon.
Wild Hog. And where's that located, Brian?
It's about 300 yards from the stage, actually.
Is that the place on the corner? Is it on the corner of a street on the opposite side of the street from where the stage is?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we were there last year.
Yeah, they got a really, really nice front porch, and Steve brought caboodles of food, and man, they cooked, and we made a big time out of it.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun there last year. Yeah, quick story. I was there in Helena last year for the at the time Mississippi River Monsters Cat Masters event in Helena, and we were eating. I think we were having lunch or early dinner at, I believe it was this restaurant. Anyways, we were walking down the street and everybody's, giving everybody a hard time, as you know how that goes. And I was walking down the street and there was a cone on the sidewalk. And I grabbed this cone and I put it on somebody's truck. Later that day, we were walking down the street and the cone was there for a reason. And I stepped in a hole. I was walking with Bill Dance. I stepped in a hole and just about went down to my waist. So karma. Anyways.
There you go.
Cam's back. Where'd you go, Cam?
I hit the wrong button. I was checking the chat and I hit the back button instead of the X button.
Well, you can man the chat for us if you want. You can answer some
I
questions.
can't. I can't.
There's a lot of people. David Riles is now in the house. David Riles fishes just about. I think every weekend he's fishing in a tournament.
Okay,
this guy's a fishing machine.
Hey, Rose.
Anyways, Rose Thompson's in the house.
Yes, I see Rose. David Funk.
All right, David's a good guy.
Levery. Oh, there's Michael Creech.
I'm Michael Creech.
We're gonna bring you and Cam to handle the chat every week.
I like to talk. Me and her both. It'd be interesting.
There you go. You're hired. It's like, I've got the screen here, and I've got, I got all these things, the buttons and everything else, and we got the videos and the commercials and everything else that we run. And if I switch over to the chat, I have a hard time finding my way back to all the videos and everything else.
Well, do you want a simple idea? Open you two individual screens, and then you
open two individual screens.
For the live, you
Cam,
open.
I've got the screen here, and I've got a screen right in front of me, a big screen with a camera on top of that. That's and that's how I do this, so I can see the thing. And without these glasses, I'm like blind as a bat as far as reading goes.
So is Brian Mayhew.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're reading glasses. I mean, I can see, but it's just like, I can't control things because it becomes smaller on the TV in front of me. I got to look over here. And if I look over here, I've got to have my glasses.
When Brian got his bifocals, he looked like a Tennessee walking horse stepping around.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
It's amazing when blood throws you under the bus, huh?
I know, really.
Laugh at his pain. It's hilarious.
That's wrong, Brian. I feel for you. I'm doing that. I'm doing that right now. That's why I got to hold my head up like this so I can see my phone.
Look, I put my phone down.
Okay, so every week we try to bring somebody on to give folks a tip, something that they can learn from, something they can take to the water and hopefully catch more fish. So we've got some of the best here. What do you guys got for everybody? What would be, if you were to give somebody a tip, what would it be?
Chris, you go. Let Chris go.
Bait in the water. The more bait you keep in the water, the more fish you're going to catch. If you ride around in your boat more than you got bait in the water, you're not going to do no good.
So spend your time fishing, not running.
That's exactly right. You can spend more time looking at your graph than you do fishing. And you'll see fish on your graph, but you'd never put enough bait in the water to catch those fish.
All right, so Chris, you put in your bait in a spot. You mark some fish. You put the everything in the water. How long do you sit there and wait?
I'd give them 30 minutes.
30, and
if
after that,
done
you're out of
anything,
there.
I move to another spot.
Okay, so soak the bait. Don't run. Move every 30 minutes.
Yeah, you'll find them, and you won't be able to keep enough poles in the water.
Okay. All right.
That was our case
So,
Saturday.
so Jamie, how about you? What do you got? There was one tip that you could give folks to help them catch more fish. What would it be?
All right, I'm going to talk about maybe not catching fish, but how not to lose fish. How about that?
Okay, I love it.
It took me a few years to actually learn how to get a big fish in the boat. And a lot of people make the mistake of tightening their drag way down and pulling on the fish as hard as they can pull to get him in as fast as he can, like bass fishing. Okay. Well, I learned a long time ago, the bigger the fish that I've got on, the looser I run my drag. I start out at like 5 or 6 pounds of drag on my pole. And by the time, if it's a good fish, you ask a lot of these guys who's fished with me, and they know, and I'll preach to them while they're reeling one in. Turn your drag down a little bit, loosen it up. That way, when he makes that run, it won't hit the fish out as bad, and you have a lot less chance of failure with your terminal tackle. Because it's down there in the rocks, scuffing around. You might start out with 80-pound line, but you might realistically only have 30-pound line.
So drag. So what I guess drag finesse.
Yeah, drag.
Drag finesse.
Yeah, always check your drag because sometimes it sticks also. When you have that big pull down, I had my leader broke twice at Crothersville last year. We came in 11th place, lost by 0.07, or was out of the money by 0.07 ounces. And we had 2 big fish break my leaders off. Okay. Mechanical failure. Maybe my drags were stuck. See, I may have failed to do that myself. But it happens. Always when you throw your pole out, get your fingers and you pull your line out of your reel. If you can't do that, you got your drag too tight.
That's right.
That's my professional tip. I'm not a professional, but I assure you that will.
No, it's a great idea. I was actually taught that years ago by my grandfather. He used to always tug on the line before he put it in the water. He'd loosen his drag, tug on the line, he'd put it in, he'd leave it loose, and then tighten it as he needed it. I mean, he wasn't afraid to let it out or tighten it up. But
always make sure it works.
Great point. Yeah, good point.
And long grains of rice is what you want to see on your depth finder. Michael Creech will get a kick out of that.
Long grains of rice.
Yeah. All right. You want to see long grain rice on that sonar.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, you're up.
Well, usually my one is go with your gut. That's going to be Cam's. I already know because I've kind of impacted that on her. But
I always follow
get a game plan before you go fishing. Try to stick to it, especially if you're tournament fishing. Now, if you're just fun fishing, doesn't matter. But check your leaders. That's the number one, probably the number one failure when it comes to fishing. Everybody forgets to just simply run 2 fingers down that line. If you feel a nick in it, change it. It takes 30 seconds. If you got rig wrap, it doesn't take that long.
There you go, brother. See,
that's my biggest tip.
I was hoping somebody would throw me a little love.
Hey, but that's the other than a drag, sticking or whatever. But I would say, like he said, you're down there, you're amongst the sticks and the logs and the rocks and cables and your Mississippi River. You're gonna get some cable. You're gonna get some cable love at some time or another. But yeah, especially after you catch a fish, always run your finger down to the hook and just see if you feel a bad spot, just change it. It could mean the difference of telling a fish story about the one that got away.
Winning or not winning a tournament.
Sir?
I mean, winning or not winning a tournament, it could be the difference.
That's right. Or it could be the difference of telling a big fish tale, the one that got away, or a state record.
Yeah. Who knows? Actually, if it's a world record and you're a member of the ACA, $25,000. Did you know that?
We gonna get paid. I'm catching it.
Yep. If you're an ACA member and you catch a world record blue, flathead, or channel, $25,000. So
we caught a world record carp about 15 years ago.
No, it's got a world record catfish. A blue, a flathead, or a channel.
Jamie Michael says you're right. We prefer long grain.
There you go. I knew he'd get that.
Oh, and Mr. David Funk, that probably.
Uh-oh.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. What did David Funk say?
David Funk. Ralph.
She probably winter blues.
What did he say? Here, let me bring. I can see this. This is. Here it is. I fished winter blues. The way, and I met a lady in camo with pink from Mississippi. Is arguing about. Let me bring Cam back in. Is this the comment right here?
Yes.
Was that you?
That probably was me. You go outside the state of Mississippi and nobody has sweet tea. What is wrong? It's the South. I need my sweet tea. Sugar.
Amen.
Oh boy.
I got a whole big old cup. Big cup.
Yeah, that's not Diet Coke. So sugar, baby sugar. Oh, Coke Zero. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, that was probably.
So all right. We saved the best for last. Cam?
Mine's
What's your tip?
Mine's always going to be gut fishing because gut fishing has got me some big ones. My personal best with, I said it in December 22nd, 2018. Matter of fact, Dad was with Chris. I went fishing with John Howard, and we were on the way back south from Tunica, headed to Helena, and I was like, dude, this spot over here is calling. I ain't putting no specifics out there. But anyways, I said, this spot is just calling to me. Let's check it out. I rode over top of it, and it was Christmas. I caught a 48.94. This weekend, I looked at Dad. I was like, I want to move out. Let's move out. We move. What do? I catch a 40-pounder. MRM. I told Dad as we're riding down from Memphis, I was like, hey, that spot's like saying something to me. Let's go look. We were in 2015, 240. I was like, oh, yes. So we're sitting there, and of course, I call my Lucky Charm husband, and I'm on the phone just chit-chatting away, and next thing I know, I see my line move. I'm like, hey, am I seeing something? Is this going? And I start reeling, and it's fish on, 32-pounder. Gut. Follow
Really?
it.
That's
If it
it.
says go look, go check it. Try it. Go, do Chris's thing. Give it 30 minutes. What's it going to hurt?
So you consider yourself to be lucky?
Not all the time.
Not all the time?
No.
Well, when we come back, there's going to be somebody that's going to get lucky because they're going to win something on the ACA Live prize wheel. What do you think?
Awesome.
Yay!
All right, we'll be back a couple minutes. Hang in there. We got another.
Good night. I got to get.
You're
up
leaving?
At 3. Yep, I got to get up at 3. Good night, y'all. I enjoyed it.
Jamie, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. We'll see y'all next time.
Absolutely, buddy.
All right, we're going to be back in a couple minutes, and then we're going to give something away. Jamie, thank you again.
You're very welcome. Thank you, sir.
No matter how hard you try, keeping your rigs tangle-free is, well, challenging. Well, not anymore with Rig Wrap. Staying tangle-free has never been easier. Just wrap, close, rinse, and store. Simple, right?
Wow.
No matter the rig, Rig Wrap has a storage solution to keep you tangle-free. From conveniently small to offshore extra large, you'll never worry about tangled rigs ever again. Rig Wrap, the world's best fishing rig storage solution.
Hey, I just saved a whole bunch of money on my hotel room for this tournament. You know that ACA has over 800,000 businesses in that discount program?
Man, have y'all seen the resources on the ACA website? I mean, they've got everything on there you need to know about catfish.
All that stuff is great, but look at what they're doing for conservation. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not a member.
Interesting information. What happened to Cam? Everybody's leaving us. There she is.
Andy, I'm sorry. We're going to do that on camera.
All right. Well, hang on one second. I got to bring up the wheel here. And I got to go to this random.org. I got all the names in there. And I'm going to randomize this. And I'm going to pick a winner. And it's Jennifer Batiste. Jennifer. Oh, do you know her?
No, I was just being excited for the winner.
Oh, okay. You're being excited for the winner. Okay. Well, Jennifer, listen. You want to contact us? Hang on a second. Let me. You want to contact us at info@acafishing.com. Get us all your information so that if we have something here that you're going to win that we got to send you, we need all your information. So here we go. Let's spin this wheel and see what Jennifer has won.
Something big, something big. Give her something big.
Offshore tackle.
Whoa!
You got yourself some planer boards.
That's what I'm talking
offshore
about.
tech. Yeah, they make some great stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So, Jennifer, you got to get a hold of us at info@acafishing.com. Get us your information. We'll get that up to the great folks at the Offshore Tackle, and they're going to send you some great offshore tackle stuff. Terrific people.
Did we lose Chris too?
I think we lost Chris as well. I mean, Steve was having trouble all night long. I'm sorry that we didn't get Steve Hearn in. He's come up with some great ideas as far as catfish events and giving back and things like that. And people like that in this sport, or quite frankly, any sport, that's huge, just huge. So thank you, Steve, for everything you do. And I'm sorry that you had the connection trouble you had. We'll certainly get you on here again and talk about all you do.
Steve's a go-getter. You mention it, bring it up, talk about it. He'll make it happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, he certainly has created some great ideas and set us off on a project that we'll talk about a little further down the road. But we hope that it will become one of the largest, if not the largest, catfish events of the season. So we'll see.
That'll be awesome.
Appreciate you all joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Cam, you did a heck of a job, with the chat. Thank you. You're welcome back anytime to handle the chat.
There was actually, I think somebody was laughing at me a while ago because you was like, do I know her? No, I was just trying to be enthusiastic. You didn't.
I didn't. I thought perhaps you knew Jennifer. I mean, she got some great stuff from offshore. You've seen all the stuff on this wheel. Some terrific stuff. Anyways, so
let me say something
Mississippi Cat. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people fishing ACA for the points.
Yes, sir. They are
every
all over
tournament
the country. They are.
Right. Every tournament you enter, your name is entered in the hat for a drawing, right?
There's. Let me go over it. First of all, you have to be an ACA member.
Correct.
Okay, that's the first thing, and I think there might be some confusion as far as how all this works. So maybe it's a good that you brought this up. If you're an ACA member and you fish an ACA Tournament Alliance event, and there's 185 of them out there, you believe that we got the 185 so quickly, Brian? And everybody does such a great job. I mean, you can attest to it. Is it not the best to be able to work with everybody and to move the sport forward? What, Cam?
I was just saying thanks, Michael. Michael Creech said congratulations to me and Dad.
Oh yeah, no, you third place. Can't cut all the fish. Anyways, so we got this great alliance going on. I warned everybody. I told everybody at the top of the show that we got a stick of dynamite joining us tonight. So there she is.
It's been fun.
So the alliance gets together. So if you're an ACA member, any tournament alliance, ACA tournament alliance event you fish, your name goes in the hat to win a new Sea Ark boat. It's a custom wrapped protege. The boat looks awesome. The wrap is fantastic. It's a one of a kind boat.
What he's telling everybody is get out and chase the trails for your points and join the ACA.
Well, it's not even the points are totally kind of separate to that.
Yeah.
Whether you fish and lose every single event you fish, your name still goes in the hat for that boat every single time. So you fish one ACA Alliance events, whether it be Division 1, 2, 3, or 4, your name goes in the hat. You do that 10 times, your name goes in the hat 10 times. That's 10 chances to win. Do it 20 times like David Riles. I think David is probably fishing, I don't know, every event out there. So he's probably in like 100 of them. So he's got like 100 chances to win the boat. And I think that's what he's doing. But on top of that, we've got great sponsors that stepped up. The folks at Pure Fishing, Ugly Stick, Abu Garcia, Berkeley. We've got obviously Sea Ark is huge with all of this. Garmin, B&M, Offshore Tackle, Rig Wrap, and certainly all the help that the great doctor now has provided. You guys want to do that in unison one more time? There you go. And as I say, the great now Dr. Bill Dance is all his help and support. So there's just a whole bunch of tremendous people, behind the Alliance and the ACA and working every day to make it better. Like I said, we've got this conservation effort, this push that we're working on. And we appreciate folks being patient. We want to do this right. We've got to do it right. So like I said, there'll be a petition floating around. So get out there, get your ACA membership, go to jointheaca.com, get your membership, get out there and fish some of these tournament events and get your chance to win this great Sea Ark boat it's total over $100,000 in cash and prizes. Like Garmin, we're going to have, at the end of the year, we're going to have an awards banquet. And at the awards banquet, we're going to raffle off all sorts of stuff. We have like a Garmin Live Scope that we're going to be raffling off. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff, not raffling off, giving away at the event. And we're talking to Steve Douglas at the Catfish Conference, and that's where we hope to have it, so that it's not just the awards banquet you come to, but it's the Catfish Conference and so on. And hopefully we can make that formal announcement here real soon. But it's a lot of fun. I think that a lot of people were at your tri-state event chasing points as well, which is great to see.
And that leads me back to my original statement I was going to make. We are in the catfish capital. I mean, Kevin says it perfectly. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not taking anything away from Wheeler or Gunnersville or any of those places over there, but
it's not the catfish. No, it's not the catfish. It's the catfish capital of the world, not just the catfish capital of the world.
Well, that's where we are. And but anyway, the Mississippi Catfish Trail is stationed here. This is our backyard. Anybody that wants to tap into the point system, come and fish with us. I mean, it's I know it's a little drive for some people or whatever, but and don't think that the competition is just going to be lay down for you. I don't care how good you are. This is a Mississippi River, and it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. So
and tell people too that haven't fished the Mississippi River, it's not that intimidating.
Hey guys, excuse me 1 second. Okay, so Nathan Trammell says we didn't fish a tournament this week, but we did put 77 pounds in the boat Saturday. Congratulations to that. That's great.
Well, see, Nathan fishes with David Riles. So Nathan is the same. I mean, I think they're addicted. They have a catfishing addiction.
And Mike Malott said, and don't forget about those northern boys. They need help and conservation. They are under attack now.
That's what we're working on. We'll have a petition coming out here, hopefully in the next few days. And that's part of the entire package that we're putting together so that we can go to that Ohio Valley region and hopefully get some changes made and added. Because, you know, a lot of people don't realize, but there's been some great successes in Kentucky already. Right. And there are some regulations that are put in place. And I think that the biggest objection that folks have in that region are the pay lakes. And, you know, I, for one, am not a big fan of them, period. But I think we also have to understand, too, that they have a big following. And I don't think you're ever going to eliminate them. It's just, I think creating more of a responsible playing field, if you will. You know, I don't know. I don't necessarily, you know, have the answer personally, but I think there's just a lot of people out there with some great suggestions and ideas, and we certainly encourage people to send them our way. So, and thank you for those that already have. Yeah. Well, guys, we're going on a little over an hour and 3 minutes.
Hold on. So
what? We're going to go longer, I guess. Okay.
I want to see your reaction because I haven't seen you since I sent you a pie.
Okay.
What was your reaction? I didn't get to see it.
Well, the pie wasn't. We didn't get to see the pie all that much. Cam was kind enough to bake an absolutely wonderful apple pie back in January, actually the end of December. And Brian was kind enough to bring it down to the Bama Blues on Wheeler event.
I had to threaten his life not to eat that pie.
It was tempting.
Well, my suggestion is the next time make two. One for the courier and one for the end user.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Okay.
She didn't bother me, but I knew if I ate that pie, I was never going to get any more rig wrap. So
that was your last meal. So Brian hands me this pie, and it's a big pie. This was a big pie. And I took it back to the house. I was there with Brian St. Alma and his crew and a few others, which we were having a great time. And I think this was New Year's Eve, right? Yeah. And I put the pie in the refrigerator. Great pie.
Thank you.
Somebody found the pie in the refrigerator and said, "Hey, can I have a piece?" I said, "Sure." Within 30 minutes, that pie was gone.
Oh, goodness.
Gone.
Look, that's at least it didn't go to waste.
Oh no, there were a lot of happy people.
And
so now, Cam, what you have is you have now the New Year's apple pie tradition that you have to keep up. So start baking now because a lot of people are going to want this pie.
Oh, okay. I'll make a few extra this year.
Yeah, you better make the damn thing about this big. So yeah, there were a lot of smiles going around the table. A lot of apple pie.
I'm assuming this is George. He says you have to come to Helena in August.
Who's that? Who's saying that?
It just says ACA, but so I'm assuming
that's George. That's George.
Yeah. You do need to come to Helena.
I was in Helena last year. I had a blast. I was in Caruthersville last year. I was in Helena last year. I'm looking forward to MRM in Memphis again. I love going to Memphis.
If you come, I'll sweeten the deal for you. If you come, I will make you another pie.
What kind of pie? Another apple pie? I just wanted to see if there might be a little bit of variety going on here.
Well, I mean, what do you want, dear? I'm happy to cook anything.
You forgetting that you're Southern.
What about a pina colada cake? Oh, or a Butterfinger cake. Oh,
they sound wonderful, but I'm not a big cake guy. I'm a pie guy.
Okay,
Brother,
what kind of pie do you want?
You must have her make you a pina colada cake. I don't care. If you're not a fan of cake, you will be a fan of cake.
Is there alcohol in it?
I can put alcohol in it, but I don't. I make a non-alcoholic, I make an alcoholic. The alcoholic has Everclear in it. You'll never know you're drunk
If
until
you're gonna take something like that to Helena, you better have alcohol in it.
I can always do two. One
But
non-alcoholic.
everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
You just don't eat so much. That's your moderation. Just don't eat so much.
Joe Lavery said
Yeah.
a bushwhacker pie. I'd have to Google a bushwhacker pie because I don't know what a bushwhacker pie
I was
is.
gonna say, what is a bushwhacker pie?
I don't know. I gotta Google that.
You know, when I moved from Western New York down to Florida, you know, there's some of the, like a key lime pie, very, very popular down here.
Okay, Mr. George, I'll have to make you your own pie too.
What?
He said, forget Glenn. I want a pie.
Oh, that's George again. Yeah, forget Glenn. I love
I'll have
apple
to make
pie.
him a pie now too.
Yeah.
Then he'll tell me I had to bring him one to MRM.
Hey,
Find him.
if George wants a pie, you need to trade him out a fishing trip for a pie. I mean, just saying.
George has got a new boat coming.
Go learn how to get good, really.
Yeah, George has got a new Sea Arc Dynasty that's about a week or two away, and he's gonna have it custom wrapped. And his jersey, this boy's gonna be styling. His jersey is gonna match his wrap.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know. I mean, he's definitely gonna be styling.
George says you can stay home, Glenn.
You know, as they say, with friends like that. No, George is, I'll tell you what, people don't realize the work that George puts into MRM. I mean, as soon as the tournament is over for this year, he starts right in again for next year. And I've been very happy to help out with MRM now. This is my third year working with George on it.
It's an amazing event. I love going to MRM.
It is. It really is. And I got to be honest with you, if it wasn't for me, it'd be nothing at all. I'm waiting for the comment.
Wait, let's see. Hold on. Now he's buttering up.
Yeah. No, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh,
that was my wind up and pitch. I'm waiting for the rebut. Every morning, I don't need an alarm clock in the morning. Every morning, George calls me on his way into work. Now you got to realize he goes to work in early, right? I don't need an alarm clock.
And Brian doesn't either. I call him most of the time. George says you're fired.
George says I'm fired. Okay, all right, that's fine.
And Joe Lavery, hello.
Go ahead, do it on your own, big boy.
Hey.
Hey, I know everybody's probably getting bored or whatever, but shout out to my guys, the Stray Cats. Just started fishing with us last year, and they did really well this weekend. I was seriously proud of those guys.
Good.
Can't wait, cannot wait. We've got another tournament coming up on the 28th of August, and it's going to be in Greenville, Mississippi. Any of you guys chasing points or just want to come hang out and have a good time, please come and see us. Hopefully you won't be disappointed, but you know, we're just a family run thing. So, you know, but we do the best we can.
Mississippi Catfish Trail.
That's right.
And he said you'd love
find
that.
you on Facebook. What did he say?
George said you would love that. He's just kidding.
Yeah. No. Now he's backpedaling. All right, guys. Thank you very, very much. You know, and Chris, Steve, Jamie, thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. I know there was a lot going on, and connections were tough. And
I really wish Steve's internet would have been working right. He is a wealth of information. Anytime you can get him back on the show,
he's not off the hook. We're gonna get him back on here, and you know he's gonna have center stage all on his own to give us his words of wisdom.
Thank you, Mr. George, for the compliment. There's always room for improvement across the board, and we're gonna work on that. make things a little smoother, hopefully. So, but thank you for the compliment. It's greatly appreciated, especially coming from you. You run big things.
Don't, Cam, don't
I'm
do
just
that.
saying.
Do not get,
All of y'all
don't
do,
blow him
like,
up. I'm telling you, don't do that.
I'm giving all of y'all props, honestly.
He's just, no. Don't give George any props because it just blows him up and he becomes a nightmare for a week.
Well, let him have his week. Every woman has a week every time. So I mean,
Are you calling George Young a woman? Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
No,
yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
He's trying to mess up your chances of giving him a pie for a fishing trip. Just watch it.
I'm still gonna give him his pie. Don't worry. If I say I'm gonna give a pie, I'm gonna give a pie.
Who are you gonna give a pie to? You're gonna give a pie to George?
I'm gonna give a pie to George in August, and I'm gonna give you a pie.
Wait a minute. Where does he rate a pie?
Because he asked for a pie.
So what? You got all sorts of people on here that probably are going to ask for a pie. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to see the chat light up. Who wants a pie? Everybody raise their hand that wants a pie. There's Joe wants a pie. Go ahead. You're going to be making pies from like now to the end of the year. Because once people start, people are going to start playing back this video, and all the comments are going to be, "I'll take a pie." You want to give people your phone number and email address so they can ask you for their pie directly?
They can find me on Facebook. But see, they have to come over here and get it because I don't travel. I don't travel.
Now there's Now there's conditions to the pie.
Hey, it's a free pie.
Well, I deliver yours now. You good?
Oh no, I'm telling you, that was well received, well enjoyed. Went too fast.
Well, we'll have to make an extra one so you can stash it somewhere and take it home and enjoy it.
Where am I going to put a pie? In my suitcase?
No, you just got to make Brian St. Alma one so he doesn't get. That's all.
No,
well, if y'all are all crashing together,
what's mine is everybody else's. I'm glad to see that everybody enjoyed themselves on New Year's Eve. Everybody enjoyed the pie.
I could make a community pie and be like, here, this is Cam made this, and you just say you just had the one, and that's the community pie, and you go hide the other one in the suitcase till you get ready to leave.
Ty's on here. Ty just said he likes pie. Ty, you had some of that pie on New Year's Eve. Wasn't he there? I think he was there. He had some of that pie at Bama Blues in Alabama.
I'm glad.
I forget who it was. I forget who it was. Was it Mick Petrie who found the pie in the refrigerator?
Well,
I don't know, it was gone fast.
Just for everybody's information, these are not.
See, Ty, you said it was amazing.
Thank you, Ty. But these are completely made from scratch. I make the dough, I roll it out, I do the little design, I cut and peel the apples all the way. It's this completely handmade, like.
I just want to just kind of note something. This is the ACA Live. This is a fishing show, and you're turning it into a Martha Stewart deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to go from the outdoor channel to the home network or whatever the hell, home food network.
Everybody likes talking about food too. Food and fishing go together. They do.
Well, fishing is great food. It's good. I love fish. I love fish.
Well, I'm going to start. Thank you,
I got more work to do tonight. You believe it? I mean, it's 24/7. I got tournaments I got to score. I got to get on the phone. I need a lot more than one person. I need about 10 people, but that's okay.
You need I handle about 10 things at once.
Well, hey, if you want to move to Florida, come on down.
I got enough right now.
Now, I believe Steve put our points in for this tri-state tournament. Is that correct?
It's done and scored.
Done and done. Okay. So anybody wants to see their points can go there and check it out.
Yeah, I've got to go through the list. I think there might be a couple of tournaments that have I haven't scored yet. A couple of tournaments still have to get their results in. But usually by midweek or so, we usually have everything in place.
Great.
Cry. He's going to hit the jug.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's talking about that apple pie moonshine.
Oh, yeah. That's good too.
I'm not talking about it. It's an illegal substance that I will not talk about.
You can buy that in a liquor store. Don't they make the
you can. Well, you can. But this came kind of tax-free kind of thing. So it's not. So
I don't know what you're talking about. I got amnesia.
I don't know what I'm talking about either. All right, I got work to do.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day and week.
Guys, thank you very, very much. Wow, that was abrupt. Jeez.
Well, look,
Brian, thank you.
Yes, sir. It's been nice. Thank y'all for having us on, and y'all come see us on the 28th of August in Greenville, Mississippi.
There you go. Check them out on Facebook, right?
That's right. Mississippi Catfish Trail Facebook page, and we have a group page and a main page. So feel free to go in there, and if you got any questions, shoot us a message, and we'll try to get back to you as quick as we can.
Arkansas area catfish hunters. That's Chris and Jamie.
That's correct.
Catfish Trail, and then we've got the West Tennessee Catfish Hunters, which is Steve Hearn.
That's correct.
Okay, find them on Facebook, look them up, go to one of their tournaments. You'll have a lot of fun. It's a great, and it's a great place if you're going to start tournaments. Your tournaments are a great place to start.
That's right.
And even if you're an expert, they're a good place to go. So all around, great events.
Hey, real quick, I know you got to go. I'll tell you something really funny.
I don't really have to go. I mean, I've got work to do, but I'll be up until 2:00 in the morning instead of 1:00. Thank you.
This won't take but a second. We've always fished. I mean, since the girls were old enough to walk, since I was old enough to walk. You can't tell it by my scorecard sometimes, but anyway, we were when Hugh Thompson and Rose were doing their very first tournament in Helen, Arkansas. Actually, a buddy of mine called me and he says, "Hey man, you gonna fish that tournament?" I was, "What tournament?" He said, "The catfish tournament." I said, "Catfish tournament? Come on now." He said, "Yeah, seriously." So I got online and looked. Sure enough, they were having a catfish tournament. I was like, "Well, shoot, man!" I got my tiger rods out and greased up my little reels and everything, and we shot off to Helena. We get to Helena. Hugh says, "You got bait?" I said, "Oh yeah, I got some worms and some liver, and I had a few other things I brought with me." He says, "You got any skipjack?" I said, "What?" He said, "Skipjack." I ain't never heard of it. He said, "Here, you got to take some of this and try it." So anyway, we go out and we caught 5 fish, and we were feeling good about ourselves. We was thumping our chests like, "Yeah, we got this. We're going to be up here." We get back to the boat ramp and they were releasing Larry Muse's fish into the water. Okay. Yeah. One of his fish could eat all 5 of ours. But we fell in love with it right there. I said, that's what I want right there. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want to catch. And we've been hooked ever since, man. Hooked ever since. You cannot find nicer people than you find at catfish.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I love going to the events and seeing everybody and spending time with everybody, and we're always cutting up and having a good time. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I encourage anybody, if you haven't been to a tournament, you haven't participated, go to find a tournament in your area. Certainly make it an ACA Alliance event, and get out there and enjoy catfishing, because it is a lot of fun and the people are wonderful.
For the most part, we are.
Hey, you know what? There's always a few bumps in the road, right?
That's right. Well, look.
All right, man.
You had a nice night, man. I really enjoyed it. We didn't mean to steal the show, but it's always fun.
Hey, it's all yours, brother. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's about passion for a sport we all enjoy. It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about a single voice of strength. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together
We're asking you to join us
and become a proud members American Catfish Association. You'll be happy you did. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.